Hi everyone. Back again on the Phase Movie channel. In this film, we will discuss the storyline of the Shad Snatcher film 2020. This film tells the story of a fox demon who must disguise himself as a young man and go to the human world in search of the immortal pill. And on his way he met an innocent scholar. For friends who like the content on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell, that way you won't miss the latest videos on this channel. No need to linger, let's start the story. The story begins with a group of people rushing into the cave. They are all fox demons. Then a man named Sisson appeared. Sisson is a demon who is often ostracized in the group, then they enter the cave. Then a leader explained that a fox demon can become immortal by gathering soul elixir that resides in the human body. Since hundreds of years ago the soul elixir is the human spirit while humans are the container of the soul elixir. The fox demons can get the elixir by tricking humans, if the elixir is taken from a human. Then the human will die. Then the chairman again explained that on the 5th day of the next month the white elixir that occurs only once every 1,000 years will be obtained by them. Then the leader also ordered Sisson to take the white elixir, and give the heirloom to help his journey. Still not satisfied with the gift from the chairman, Sisson also took the heirloom that could speak. After the rest left, a man appeared who informed them that many of their juniors had died while taking the elixir. Because he was worried the chairman ordered the man to take care of Sisson. The man was Sisson's teacher. Then Sin continued. Sisson was in the city. Sisson met a man named Zin had time to ask Sisson who was eating. And because Sisson was annoyed he tried to drive Zin away. After leaving the object that could the talk told Sisson that the white elixir was embedded in the person who had just spoken to Sisson. The rest are eagerly looking for Zin. After Sisson made a fuss and went through various events, they met. Donkey Jizin was lost because of the commotion made by Shi-san. Jizin asks to help find his lost donkey. Because he already knew that the white elixir was embedded in Jizin's body, so Shi-san obeyed all of Jizin's wishes. They then arrived at a hut. At night when Jizin had fallen asleep, Shi-san's teacher appeared who was ordered by the chairman, to take care of Shi-san. The teacher gave Shi-san some advice, on how best to take the white elixir. Then in the morning Jizin was surprised to see that his lost donkey had returned. Jizin thought that it was Shi-san who had been looking for him all night. Then friendship formed between them. Shi-san accompanies Jizin's journey, who will take the entrance exam, to become an official. Until they arrived at an inn, they were then surprised by a man behind them. He claimed to be the owner of the inn. Shi-san and Jizin decided to stay at the inn. And in the evening Jizin was seen walking around the inn, until finally he was caught by the frog demon, who was the owner of the inn. Then Jizin is taken to a strange room. In that room he was almost eaten by a frog demon. And then saved by Shi-san who suddenly appeared. They are trying run away from the attack of the frog stealth. But in the end Shi-san sacrificed himself, in order to give Jizin a chance to escape. And it turns out that the frog demon is a friend of Shi-san. They were just acting for the sake of getting white elixir. But all did not go according to plan. Jizin returned to their place with a torch of fire and gunpowder. After coming out of the mouth of the demon frog, Jizin was surprised to see that Shi-san's form had a foxtail and ears. But Shi-san's teacher reacted immediately to make Jizin faint. Meanwhile the frog demon was taken away by his minions. Then Sin continues on the next day. The three of them were discussing last night's incident on a boat. while Jizin is unconscious. Then Shisan get advice from his teacher to trick Jizin into going to the city of Chang. Because Jizin who has found out who the real Shisan then suddenly woke up. Shisan purposely shows his true form to Jizin and explained who he was. Jizin easily immediately believed everything Shisan said. The two of them resumed their journey until they reached the destination. Shisan and Jizin passed by a brothel, and a small child came up to Jizin. Then says that someone is waiting for Jizin at the place he is going. Hearing this, Jizin immediately felt happy, because he thought that the person waiting for Jizin was the Daoran he had been looking for. Then arrived at the place indicated by the little boy. In that place Shisan reunited with his teacher who was in disguise. He deliberately devised a scenario to see the elixir that was in Jizin, namely through the help of a ghost. The reason teacher Shisan did this was because the fox demon couldn't see the contents of the elixir. Then find Jizin with a beautiful woman who is a lotus ghost. Jizin was immediately stunned to see Yinglian's beauty. Without knowing his true identity, Yinglian tried to see the elixir that was in Jizin. But he could not see it, because it was covered by something. Then Sin continued. The next day they had arrived at the place where the exam was being held. Shisan also seems to take the exam just to fulfill Jizin's wish. Both of them entered the room to take the exam. The exam took place normally, until the evening. Yinglian came and made the spirit of Jizin out of his body. Hearing this, Shisan plans to take the white elixir. At the same time Jizin was in spirit form. Then meet Daoran. Jizi says all sorts. In the end Daoran turns into evil spirit and damage injures Jizin. Then Shisan also in spirit form came to save Jizin. Shisan says Daoran is dead. But Jizin can't believe Shisan's words and try again to meet Daoran. Annoyed, Daoran gets angry and tries to hurt them both. Then both of them were carried to another dimension and met Daoran. In the other dimension Daoran tries to absorb Jizin's spirit. But suddenly he regained his memory. Then Daoran returned to the afterlife along with the souls he had been holding back all this time. Then Shisan and Jizin returned to their respective bodies. After realizing Jizin then asked Shisan, "What is a soul elixir?" and that question was immediately answered by Shisan.
Not only answer questions, Shisan also explained his identity, then continued in the evening. Jizin came to marry Yinglian. After going through various opinions, Yinglian then accepts Jizin's love. Teacher Shisan who heard that tried to stop Yinglian, who was trying to take Jizin away. And his attempt was thwarted by Shisan who knocked him unconscious. When they came to a bridge, they both met with Shisan. Shisan is trying to get Jizin back. But Yinglian who has loved Jizin does not want to lose her future husband. Until a fight broke out between the two of them. And Yinglian tried to kill Shisan. But suddenly he was stabbed using Shisan's heirloom knife. And the person who stabbed Yinglian was Shisan's friend. Yinglian again tries to attack him and takes Jizin away. After arriving at the riverbank, Yinglian was unable to endure the wound she received from Shisan's heirloom. And in the end it disappeared. This made Jizin feel a very extraordinary sadness, until finally Shisan appeared. Jizin is furious that Shisan has been lying to him all this time. Even though Jizin already considers Shisan his friend. Then a fight broke out between the two of them. Until in the end Shisan didn't want to take the elixir that was in Jizin's body and tried to end his life. But suddenly Shisan was brought back to the cave where the chairman was. In the cave the chairman also explained. After hearing the words of the chairman Shisan then returned to look for Jizin. Jizin seemed to be walking in a bamboo forest where he met him. But it's not the real Shisan, but Shisan's teacher who is in disguise to get the elixir. The reason he did this was only because he did not accept that the white elixir was entrusted to Shisan who was his disciple. Jizin then took the elixir from his own body, and made his life fly. When teacher Shisan was looking at Jizin's body, he met the real Shisan. Teacher Shisan, then he explained that the elixir in Jizin's body was an ordinary black elixir. And it will be of no use at all. Then he threw the elixir and walked away. Knowing that, Shisan was very angry, then tried to attack his teacher. So that there was a fight between the two of them. Because the power ratio is very far, Shisan ended up losing, and was stabbed by his teacher. But before dying, Shisan had time to remember his memories with Jizin and slightly touched the elixir that was lying on the ground. The black elixir then turned into a white elixir, and then emitted a very bright light into the sky. Teacher Shisan, who had not gone far, saw the flash of light, which then attacked him. It turns out that the flash of light is the form of Shisan, who has turned into an immortal fox demon. Then their meeting happened again. A changed story. The immortal fox demon has enormous power and easily beat the teacher. When Shisan was about to end his teacher's life, he again remembered his words Jizin. Shisan had calmed down and released his teacher. Shisan, who has had great power, and even then revives Jizin thanks to the help of God. But Shisan turned into an ordinary fox. And they both meet again, but Jizin loses all his memories with Shisan. But in the end, Shisan, who has become an ordinary fox, leads a normal life with Jizin, and the story is over. Thank you for those of you who have watched this video to the end. For those of you who want to request the next film, please comment below. See you in the next video.